I didn't know like how to answer open-ended questions correctly. My understanding of the bio content was quite okay, but then like I didn't know how to answer questions. After I joined your class, right, then I learned how to answer questions. I gained more confidence. I looked forward to learning more about bio also. It caused me like to be more interested in life sciences or health sciences, possible future career options. I love the notes, especially the commonly asked question. I find that one very helpful. If you look at the questions, right, then like I kind of know what the question is asking, but I don't know how to answer. Then you feel very like, wow, so wasted. You cannot like answer properly to get the marks. I felt disappointed in myself. But then like, because of the commonly asked question notes, right, then I learned how to answer the questions better. The keyword, like this word very important, or this phrase is like, I must include one. You get better at answering questions. You feel like, I can finally answer the question, and you feel proud of yourself. Your classes are fun. Like, you know, school, right? Then they'll just like read off slides. My previous tuition, the tutor also like read off the notes, the printed notes. It felt very dry. Like, there was no excitement. There's a difference between your class versus those classes that had to go online because of COVID. Like yours is like you choose to do it online, right? You think about like, oh, students are online all the time, and then like how to improve the lessons. Because your lessons, you would include Kahoot and stuff. When you ask the questions and then ask for a response, people actually respond. My other tuitions, right, it was at first physical, then like they're forced to go online. And those like, everyone is like very sian. Nobody really participates in the online class. I'll have CCA after school. They'll end like 6:30 or like 6. After I come home and like shower and whatever, right, then it's also like quite late. So if I had to travel to a tuition center, it'll also take quite a while lah, and then I won't be able to eat dinner. But then first like lessons are online, right, so I can multitask and eat dinner while studying at the same time. Honestly, I am surprised a lot that like he puts in so much effort for tuition. You know, like sometimes the equipment he use, right, randomly the next lesson he'll be like, oh, I'm using a new mic, so test, you know. Then like, oh, I bought a new camera or something. I'm quite surprised like he will purposely like buy and upgrade his equipment that he used during tuition, because like other teachers, right, they'll like use whatever they have. They won't try to make the class a better experience. They'll just like leave it as it is. He'll always think of ways to improve lessons, to improve the notes, to improve how students learn in his class. He's always thinking, oh, how can I make this better? Or what other type of notes there are for students? There is the flashcards. Then there's also like the long notes for all the content, as well as the notes for the commonly asked questions. Mr. Keith always goes above and beyond for his students, like goes the extra mile to make like learning more fun and more conducive. Like those type that you can learn online. If you need physical lesson, this may not be for you, like if you're the type that gets distracted very easily. But like if you need help for content, let's say like content understanding, you can join Mr. Keith's class. For example, me, right, I prefer constant structured revision, so that's why I go for tuition. Especially if you need help with answering open-ended questions, like I think that Mr. Keith is a great teacher for that. Some people, when they submit their homework, then he'll like go through in class, so like everyone can learn together. Not that I can think of at the moment. If I think of any, I'll let you know. I feel that my experience is a 10 upon 10, man. When I joined, I feel quite good. Then Mr. Keith would like make improvements. Then I'm like, oh, that's actually quite good. I didn't think of that. He is a very helpful teacher. He don't just read off notes, you know. He actually teaches. He replies to messages very quickly. So if you got question to ask, right, he'll most probably reply very fast and reply to your question, help you. His classes are engaging. It's not like you go school that type, the very dry and you dread it. The resources he provides are also very helpful, like because he also has other school past year papers. You can just try. You don't have to buy them yourself. Like it comes as a package, you know. Constant revision throughout the 2 years is very important. So it's not like the night before the bio exam, then you go and study everything. Yeah, that one a bit hard lah. Like you stay up the whole night, maybe cannot finish. But if you keep on revising and revising, soon enough, the information will be at the tips of your fingers. There's not much late night mugging that you have to do. It's just your study approach that has to change if you're very scared about the amount of content that is. questions wise, right, there are some like definition questions. Those are very like easy marks to get. It's like a free like 1 to 2 marks type of thing. If you study the like Quizlet, the flashcards with the definitions, I think you'll be able to like snag those marks are open-ended questions. Memorize the notes for the OEQ, CAQ, right? You'll be able to like learn the keywords. If you study them, right, then you already know, oh, this question, I know what to write. So you don't need to sit there and think of what to write. And you already have the keyword. So you kind of like already got the marks. Other open-ended questions and data response questions, you can learn the skills to answer those questions from Mr. Keith's class. So I highly recommend, don't study last minute. Like, I have a friend, 2 days before the exam, she starts studying. I don't think that's a very good way to study. If you sit for exams with no sleep, right, it's quite detrimental to your health and your grades, because you need sleep to be able to think clearly. Personally, I will study the content at least like 2 to 3 times, like intensively before the exam, so that this will be spread out throughout like the weeks leading up to exam season. No tuition, they'll keep going through the content, like the different chapters, and then like Mr. Keith will also like point out like things to take note of. They also provide memory shortcuts, so you don't have to make your own. You can just use his. Then it's a lot easier to remember some of the things. So like the key takeaway of this is revise consistently.